Because, like, you know, Europeans are good at FPS, Asians are good at rhythm games. So it's like when you combine both.
Wait, where are you going with this? Yeah, sure. What's up?
Hey,
Jay?
first off, New Year.
Well, I was about to say Happy New Year to everyone. Welcome back, Jay. Welcome back, everyone at home.
Welcome back, Dorian.
Thank you. Welcome back, everyone's moms.
That's right. I hope that throughout the year of 2024, you guys stay hydrated and that you called your mother.
Yes, and enjoyed like the holidays maybe with them.
So yeah, let me give actually a quick little thing because we did take a month break for the holidays.
Yes,
that's it. That was the explanation.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. It was the holidays. Also, like,
recharge.
We needed to recharge because, like, you over the summer you went on your trip.
It's just been a lot.
It was a lot. So we needed the time to kind of get back on track.
Yeah, we don't need to reiterate. It's been a lot. Let's just say that's it. But happy to be back.
Yes.
I'm excited for 2025. My year hasn't been ruined yet. Check back next episode.
Still early.
Because the second day of 2024, I said, fuck, that's it. 2025 is my new year.
That's every year, bro.
All right.
For me.
Well, welcome back again. Glad to be here.
Yes.
As you can see, Dorian's not wearing glasses.
I'm not.
He did not get laser eye surgery. It's because the circle light was reflecting off his glasses.
I am blind right now. I am blind. You're just a fuzzy mess over there. It was we were having some problems with the glare.
Anyways,
the
first episode back.
Yes, it's funny because it's our first episode back, but it's one that kind of has been sort of locked and loaded for a while. Like I played it a while ago, and even you were playing it a while ago.
Yeah.
But we're only now getting to talk about it, and that is Metal Hellsinger.
Mm-hmm.
Really interesting game that I was looking forward to playing.
I liked it.
You liked it? Yeah.
I liked it. I just can't take too much of it at a time.
Honestly, I'm the same way. And like y'all know, I'm like a big metalhead myself. And so that was what drew me to this game. It has to do with
he loves Amaranth.
With just an A.
Amaranth.
The band.
But yeah, sorry.
Don't make me have to have another talk with you about it.
Before I interrupted you, what's up?
That's what drew me to it, right? Is like I always love metal. I'm like, you don't really see games based off metal. Last time we talked about metal was with Brutal Legend. I think that was like maybe our second episode.
Shit was also a good episode.
Yeah.
Great game as well.
But I'm kind of the same way as you. Where like it's honestly a fun game. It's an interesting game, but it was definitely one that I couldn't play too much of for too long.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess we can talk about what Metal Hellsinger is, right?
Yes.
So what Metal Hellsinger is, it's a game developed by a Swedish company, and sorry. So now the game, you can describe it as rhythm-based FPS. Yes. I know it doesn't make sense because rhythm games and FPS should be two different genres in themselves.
Yeah, you don't think of first-person shooter and rhythm in the same.
And you would be correct because they shouldn't, but this one mixes it. One of the things that you do is you kill your opponents and the monsters to the beat of the drums. Pump, pump. And it has different weapons, so each thing has like their own specialty. There's different abilities, but the gist of it is that you need to kill things to the beat, otherwise they actually don't die. Yeah,
and it takes some getting used to for sure. One additional thing about the guns is like, you're right. They different types of guns, different projectiles and everything, but also the weapons themselves have different rhythms. Because of how fast a shotgun versus a pistol can shoot.
It's like a different beat for every weapon, and so there's really no way to master all of them easily because it's a different beat. Your hand and your eyes kind of desynchronize.
Yes,
because it's like, oh shit, like now I'm needing to go bump 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 instead of bump 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 bump.
Yes.
And it's weird that I'm saying this shit like it's a metronome, but truly the game functions like a giant metronome.
Yeah, and honestly, because it has so much to do with sound, describing it visually is going to be hard. Like this is definitely an episode where when our gameplay video comes out, I highly recommend watching it just so you can really see what we're talking about.
Hell, we'll have clips.
Yeah, you'll be able to throw up some clips.
Like throughout this episode, we're gonna try to include clips to just kind of give an idea.
Yeah.
But that's what the game is.
Yes.
The game was developed by a group called The Outsiders,
which is an apt name for a developer of this type of game.
Stay gold though, Pony Boy. So they're let me see my notes. They are a Swedish indie game development studio, and they're a studio that tends to try things that are different from the norm,
which I love.
Which shows with Metal Hellsinger, right?
For sure.
So they developed that, and that's kind of just how they did it. The distributor though is Funcom. I don't know the other shit that they've
yeah, that's actually, this is the only one I know that they've done.
Yeah, it's the only one that I know. Yeah, I mean, it's just,
if this is the first one that they've done,
what
they
a
came
fucking
out
way.
swinging.
Yeah, what a fucking way.
They came out swinging, and I think it's
nominated.
So because I'm remembering the game first came out. I can't remember what year just the regular game first came out, because the VR version came out during 2024, kind of. I'm not sure when in 2024, but because of the VR version, it got a couple more nominations for the 2024 Game Awards. But I'm not sure what year the original one actually came out.
I don't remember.
But I vaguely remember it getting at least nominated for that year also.
No, I mean, it was a fucking well done game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole thing. But like, really, my gripe on it, I can expand on it later, is it's difficult to play a lot of it in one sitting.
Because there are those games, I think I've kind of touched on this in the past, where like there are those games where like you play kind of just like to chill out, kind of play it passively, maybe watch a YouTube video while you're playing or something. And then there's those games where you got to lock in. Yeah. And this is one of those games, which can be fun, but also tiring. Exhausting. And this is one of those games. So let's go ahead and kind of dive in. Yeah. First person shooter, rhythm based game. And we'll go kind of more into the detail on how exactly that works when we kind of dive into the gameplay part. But let's talk about like the setup, the framework of the game, right?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Why are you playing this game? Why are you shooting a bunch of demons and stuff in rhythm to music and all that?
So what it is you're trying to get cool because it's a rhythm game. So you're trying to get your voice back.
Right.
Yeah. So like the story of it is you're trying to get your voice back from the Red Judge, which is ultimately the big bad.
Yeah. Kind of Satan, I guess, or the devil. Like
Satan, I think he's actually supposed to be a good guy, but.
Well, see, that's the thing with this story. We'll get into it. It's a little bit complex. Yeah.
It's not so one-dimensional that you're like, oh, okay, he's a big bad. That's all he is. All right. Let me see. Oh, yeah. What's the name of the skull?
I was really hoping you were not going to ask me that because I actually blanked on the name of the skull, but he's got the best voice ever.
Pause.
His name is Pause, or are you telling me to pause?
His name is Pause.
Okay.
P-A-Z.
That's right.
Pause.
I always called him Paz.
It's Pause.
That makes sense. Oh my God.
I never fucking realized that.
I didn't put that together until right now.
Literally just now.
Yeah. So, I guess, let's start with the characters. You mentioned like the main antagonist of the game was the Red Judge. You play
as the unknown.
Which when you see it, it's like kind of like a little demon,
like a bad
girl looking, kind of slender, like got like little wings, some horns.
You little hot demon mama.
Wears like a cool bandana and stuff, and you right away run into this talking skull called Paz, and he's kind of just along with you for the journey. And I think if I remember correctly, it was a while ago that I played this now. both of y'all's memory has been kind of
Somewhat fuzzied.
yeah. And you as the unknown have lost your voice, and you're trying to get it back from the red judge.
So the game is narrated by, like I was telling you before we started the shoot, is like I was surprised to see that it was narrated by someone who I think is relatively big in the voice acting community. Even though the game is kind of the first of the studio, it's weird because it's voiced by Troy Baker.
Really?
Yeah.
That guy. I don't know how he does it.
So Harvey Dent from the Batman games, in Transformers, Earthspark, he was Shockwave. In Watchmen Chapter 1, he was Adrian Veidt. In The Minister, he was in Justice League at a bunch. He was in God of War Ragnarok. He's Magni. He is in Rick and Morty.
I can stop you right, dude. He's been in everything. Like he is like, if you're like, oh, I want the top tier voice actor, you go to either him or I believe I want to say his name is Nolan North.
Yes, Nolan. Nolan is so good.
Those are the two, as far as male voice actors, they're on top.
And also Troy Baker is fucking hot.
Yes. He like, it's weird when I look at him, he like, his face reminds me of a cat. Do you get that at all?
No.
Okay, I don't know what it is then. Maybe.
Like, I want to go on a date with that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, no, he is. And it's funny, actually, one other game that he was a voice in was The Last of Us. And what's funny is that he actually appears in the Last of Us show as well.
Yeah.
So he's killing it as far as.
Oh, and Metal Hellsinger, I guess I should cover it. So it's not just a PC game.
That's right.
It's on PS5.
Yes, it is. Yeah, if you can use a controller, I think it's on there.
It's much better. Oh, don't play with the fucking. I found it so much easier to play with a controller.
Yes.
Than I did keyboard. Fuck the keyboard.
Yeah. I think it's because you're having to really do more with a mouse and keyboard on top of having to keep rhythm and everything.
You have to aim, you have to move, whereas
your hands like sprawled out trying to do this stuff. Meanwhile, if you're holding a controller, it's just like
like this.
Yes, and I think you might even be able to see me in the. Yeah. If you watch the video of the gameplay, you'll probably see me going like this because you kind of have to almost to like get in the rhythm.
It's good.
Yeah.
And then the original metal soundtrack for it, created by metal icons like Serge Tankian.
Yes. Of System of a Down, if you don't know the name. Yes.
And Alyssa White Gluz.
So I know I don't recognize the name. Is she from a band called Ginger?
I don't know.
Because I know that I
don't recognize the name.
there is one of my favorite songs, because like that's one thing, like every level has like a different song. One of the levels has like my favorite song on it, and the vocalist for it is, I don't know her name because I'm actually not too familiar with their stuff, but a band called Ginger. She's crazy because she's a female vocalist who can like sing beautifully, but also goes like hardcore growl and stuff.
Yeah. Dude, the growling shit, like, I'm not usually a fan, but the game kind of mixes it really well because you already hear guttural screams from the monsters that you kill.
Yeah. So
it's like, oh, fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like rocking with it.
Yeah.
For about an hour.
Yeah. And then I'm like,
So I'm trying to think if there was anything else that we need to cover.
Well, I guess just like for the story, like that's the main premise, right? Is like you're trying to get to the Red Judge to get your voice back. Basically, every level you're fighting sort of like a shade of the Red Judge, like a part of her or something. And so every level you're kind of like slowly weakening her and everything as you go through. But yeah, now I don't know. What do you think? Should we maybe kind of discuss the ending? Well, you I don't think got to actually.
I didn't get to finish.
Finish.
I didn't finish.
Do you think we should discuss kind of the ending?
I think it's okay. I'm not too. I don't see myself. I'm kind of into too many games right now.
Yeah. So this is kind of like what you mentioned earlier, where it's like, you can't. She's the main antagonist, the Red Judge, but like, there's more to it, and that's the thing. That's actually, as much as I enjoyed the story, it's actually one thing that I didn't quite enjoy is like I feel like I have more questions now than I did at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is like I can't remember if it's actually like even an end of credit scene or something. But basically, you end up on Earth and like the unknown. You have like a human body and stuff, and pause. Yeah, and pause is there too. But that's how it ends. Like they're gonna try and get more answers because it turns out that like the demons and the angels, you know, there's more to their clashing and stuff that like kind of puts you in the middle of things. And so that's honestly the most I can talk about it because I have just more questions now. So I'm curious to see, you know. I imagine they would do a sequel with how well this game
and
did.
how successful it was,
and how successful it was, and how they how the story left. I'm interested to see where this goes.
So I'm curious how they're gonna expand on it, being it's a genre that they created, right?
Yeah, yeah. I guess
like
so.
Okay, so like some comparisons that you could do, Doom, right? Doom has an amazing fucking soundtrack, and the sound design is also fantastic. And you kill monsters to the beat of the drum. And that's just how it is. But it doesn't require you to truly do it on beat.
Yeah. And that's a great comparison.
Right?
Because like, yeah, if you took the rhythm aspect out of this game, it's basically Doom.
So think of it as Guitar Hero mixed with Doom.
Yeah, yeah.
Like truly, that is... Like
if you've played Doom, because like even just like the movement, how you're like gliding and how fast you move, and you're dashing and stuff, and going off these boosts
and your different guns.
The guns and like in Doom, there's like those execution kills that you can do. You can do that in this.
You have those. Yeah,
it's literally Doom, but if you're also supposed to be paying attention to that awesome soundtrack.
So it's Guitar Hero and Doom combined. That's just how it is because it combines the gameplay with the music. And it kind of makes you force yourself into the music. Like you need to really listen, right?
Yeah. If you've ever needed a flow state at a point in your life, that's during this game.
Yeah, that's fucking it.
Yeah.
You need to fucking lock in for real.
For real, dude.
Because I've definitely lost some levels where I'm like, how the fuck? Because like I'm not used to losing in games. Typically, I feel that I'm relatively good at games in general. Yeah. Like I might be a little bit on the older side of gamers now, but relatively good.
Yeah.
And that game humbled the shit out of me.
Particularly the challenge levels.
Yes, the challenge levels were.
Yeah, which like this is let's pivot into like the more like gameplay oriented talk now, because the story was like it's interesting enough, it'll keep your attention, but it's really kind of there to give you a reason to be doing all this.
Yep.
The gameplay though is where this game just it shines, right? And so we've already talked about like how you need to stay in rhythm and everything, but you know. You unlock, as you go through, how many different weapons are there in the game? Like 5, I want to say?
I thought there was like 6 or something.
6. Right? And I know there are definitely, I want to say like 5 baseline, because I think there are DLC weapons that I didn't get those, but there are additional weapons that you can kind of pay extra for. But you unlock them, but also on top of just unlocking the guns, in between the actual like main levels, there will be these challenge levels that if you complete these, they unlock sort of like bonuses for those weapons and for you. Those are the tricky ones.
That was kind of a bitch. Actually, I was stuck on that too.
Yeah, which one do you remember?
No, it's been a while.
Yeah, these things would be, you know, a lot of the times it would force you to use a specific type of weapon, and like especially if it was a weapon that you just like had a hard time jiving with the rhythm on it,
like the pistol.
The pistol
the
one.
Pistol
it
one
took me
sucked,
a while. That one took me a while.
I absolutely hated the fucking pistol.
Yeah, because like I can't even remember what the boost was like, but I had to beat this one challenge level in order to unlock something. I can't remember what it was exactly, but it was for the pistols, and you basically have only so much. You have a time limit, and you're like, you have to kill this many demons in this amount of time.
Yeah, and it's a pistol.
And it's the pistols, and it's just like you basically have to headshot.
Yeah, because you guys are separated by like a giant fucking ravine, that you need to like jump over if you want to do it,
Yeah,
right?
there's that one. Yeah, and there's also times where like the one I'm thinking of, I don't remember the ravine being in the one that I'm thinking of because like there's multiple pistol challenge maps. The one I was thinking of, it was just like an arena kind of thing, but there were like platforms and like sometimes it would appear on top of one while I'm below. So I'm like, I have to like move as fast as I can, headshot them. And then the entire time they're also trying to kill you, which is also making it tricky. Actually, I think, you know which one I thought was even harder than the pistol one? The one where you had to use your melee. I don't know if you did any of those.
I did not.
Dude, that's...
I tried to avoid the melee shit because I'm not a melee guy.
Same here. So when I was trying to do that challenge one, I was like, this is my nightmare.
But in order to like kind of progress and get like cooler guns and abilities, you need to do the challenges.
Yeah, because like technically you can play through the entire game
without
touching them. But it's going to be harder because like, you're missing out on like damage boosts.
Yeah, you don't have the fucking weapon.
There are things. So like one aspect of the gameplay is you want to keep your multiplier going, right? And the way you get your multiplier up is by hitting like perfectly timed shots.
By embracing the beat.
Yes. And when you boost your multiplier, you're also boosting your damage. And so you want your multiplier to be at max as long
you want to be
possible.
consistent.
Yeah. And so like one of the boosts, I think the reason why I was doing this melee one is because it gave me a boost that like made the multiplier last longer.
Yeah, because so if you dodge and you dodge to the beat,
right,
you stay in flow.
Yes,
you don't lose it.
Yeah,
but if you dodge out of beat, you lose it.
Yeah, if you do anything out of beat, if you do a shot and you're like, oh shit, that wasn't on beat,
you got to build it back up.
Yeah, you lose. I can't remember if it just completely. Oh no, see that's another booster actually. There's like a booster that like reduces like the lowest your multiplier could go.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like it makes it so you can't like completely.
You can't
lose
go
your
back to
multiplier.
just one.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
You go back to like 1.2.
So things like that to help you like not lose your progress and stuff like that. But yeah, you can technically not do any of those challenges and play through the game. I guess if you're a god at keeping rhythm, you don't necessarily need all that stuff, but they really come in handy.
The game is one of those things where it really like you need to be locked in.
Yes.
It's hard to play. Like, really, it's one of those few games where I feel like I need to focus.
I mean,
because I can usually converse when I'm I'm playing a game. Like I can talk on like Discord, or I can talk to my wife, or I could do some other whatever. But this is one of those games where I'm like, I actually can't.
Yeah.
Like I actually have to mute everyone because you guys are sinking my head out of beat.
Yeah. Anyone at home, if you play like an instrument, you can probably agree that like if you're literally in the middle of playing an instrument, playing a song on your instrument, and someone's trying to have a conversation with you, it's at least more difficult, if not impossible. So that's what I mean, or what I meant earlier, where it's like I can only play for so long because like I'd play a mission, finish the mission. Because like they're also long levels.
They're fucking long.
They're long
like
levels.
think like minimum 30.
Yeah, and it's not like the kind of level where you can just like quit halfway, come back to it later. It's like if you're gonna play through a level, it's start to finish. You have to finish it, and so it's a slog just to like get through all these fights and everything, and then you get to the boss because every level has a boss.
Yep.
You have to fight the boss, and that's another challenge on top of everything. And then you finish, and I'm like, all right, I think I'm done. Gotta take a break.
Yeah,
Holy moly.
take a breather, relax.
Yeah.
And like play League of Legends or something.
Yeah, or something.
because the game can get stressful, especially if you're not someone who's used to rhythm games.
Yes, yeah.
It's slightly difficult, especially if you have no rhythm in your body.
Yes, right? Yeah. If you have no rhythm, I don't know if this game is for you.
No, there's no alternative. I wouldn't play this game.
Yeah,
if you don't mess with the musics.
Yeah, were there even? I can't even remember. Were there difficulty settings?
There was.
There was. Okay.
There was. At the very beginning.
Maybe on the very easy settings. I didn't play on easy.
I didn't play on easy.
Because
come on, guys, grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up.
But yeah, like it drained me every time I would play that game. Not that I wasn't having fun, but like.
Oh, yeah. So one of the things that did end up happening, so in the settings, in the settings pane,
Mm-hmm.
you're able to adjust your audio cues and adjust visual cues.
Mm-hmm.
So do that before you start the game.
Yes.
That will help you
Yes.
immensely. Don't be like me, who's pretty much played like 2 hours in, and I'm like, why the fuck is it so hard? And then realize
Yeah,
that there are
yeah.
tools to help you in the game.
Well, it's like if you played Guitar Hero or Rock Band, you have to do that sort of like setup for it where you kind of sync the
Sync it.
audio and the video and everything to, that can definitely make sure you do that before playing or else you're going to get really frustrated.
So it seems that something that carried over from 2024 is that we are still playing games that have incredible sound design.
Yes. Dude, music, sound design is imperative,
Yo,
but
they
also
made the
music.
they made the flames sync to the beat.
Yes.
That's how fucking cool this game is. The little fires are synced to the beat. They flicker to the beat.
Everything. Because, like you mentioned, even when you dash,
Yeah.
you want to go like,
Yeah.
on beat.
On beat.
When you get into like max multiplier and are just like boom, like headshotting everything,
Boom, one
you
tapping.
feel so cool.
Yeah.
It felt so good.
Because there's definitely times in the game where I'm definitely bobbing my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, boom, boom, boom. That's me.
Yeah, because and even the execution stuff, it's to the rhythm because you'll be like boom, bam, and like just like cut them in half.
Yup.
It's so well done. It's amazing.
We're like gushing on it, but at the same time, we want to kind of give a heads up, like, hey, this game is truly
Yeah.
not for everyone.
It might frustrate you. It might frustrate you. It'll drain you. It's a very unique experience, which, like you mentioned earlier with this developer, they're trying to make things that are
They're trying to make ripples.
yeah, they're trying to do
waves out
things
of
that
it.
people haven't done, which I have mad respect for.
I appreciate that.
Even if, there's going to be misses when you do things like that.
Yeah.
But we need those misses so we can get new gems.
Yeah. Because, Europeans are good at FPS, Asians are good at rhythm games. So it's like when you combine both.
Where are you going with this?
I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, I love the game. I think it's worth a try if you have rhythm.
Yeah.
Don't waste your money otherwise.
Yeah. If you don't have rhythm, it sounds interesting. Just be prepared to get frustrated. But who knows? Maybe you'll get a new skill.
Oh.
If you're willing to put in the work, I think this is something that can actually help people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the gameplay is not too crazy complex. It's not like other games in the past that we've talked about where it's like they have all these systems and stats and you know things that carry over from month to month or all that, and tokens you got to be collecting.
There's one thing though, there is still DLC stuff.
There is.
The game is still being updated to this day.
Yes, that's right. Actually, I think there's so besides the main story mode, there's also another mode called Leviathan, which I only very briefly tried.
You dabbled?
I dabbled, and it's sort of like a roguelite kind of thing because you go in and you actually start with just your swords. And basically you have to last against waves of enemies, and then you collect currency that you then turn in.
I did play that.
Yeah, so you basically get currency, and then you can buy
a weapon.
Certain, it can be a weapon, it can be a buff, something to make yourself more powerful for the next round.
Yeah.
So that was interesting, but honestly, because you start with just the swords, I'm like, this is rough.
It's a slog.
It's hard.
It's a fucking good old fashioned.
You know what? Let me actually ask you. What was?
It's a good old fashioned Donnie Brook.
Donnie Brook. I don't know. I was gonna say Donnie Knocker, and I'm thinking of Slobber Knocker. Yeah, Donnie Brook. That's right.
It's a Donnie Knocker.
Yeah. So let me ask you actually, what were, because when you go into a level, you pick two weapons. You always have your swords.
My favorite.
And the skull, but you then choose between two main weapons. What were your go-tos?
El shotgun.
Yep, me too. That was number one.
And then my secondary was pistol.
Was pistol? Okay. I think, 'cause shotgun, I think is made for babies because with a shotgun you have to have a rhythm because you have to go boom, chick, boom, chick, and it lets your brain kind of like take it more slowly. I rocked the pistols for my second one for a bit, but then I actually ended up going crossbow.
I did not like the crossbow.
The crossbow, I didn't like it at first, but then after trying it, I think because of a challenge mode, I'm like, oh wait, okay, this is actually not bad. The rhythm of it is like almost similar to the shotgun, and it's like really powerful with its headshots.
Yeah. But the shotgun though,
the shotgun was
yeah,
life.
the boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom.
And then what? I don't even remember what the other weapon was. To be honest, because I don't think I
didn't use it.
Oh no, I remember it was. They were blades, but you threw them.
Oh yeah, the returning blades.
Yes, the returning blades. Those felt so weird.
They're okay.
Because you had to wait for them to come back. And I guess that's part of the rhythm is you have to go catch.
Yeah. Oh.
Catch, throw. And so I think that just like the waiting for it to come back threw me. But the thing is like, if there were enemies between you and the blades on the way back,
connects.
it would connect. Yeah.
It did feel like I was Thor.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Those were hard for me to use. And that was another challenge level that had me. I don't know if you did this one, but there was a challenge level where again, you had to like kill a certain amount of demons a certain amount of time, but upon hitting like a certain milestone, it would automatically switch your weapon and you could only use that.
That's the gun game challenge.
Yes, yeah, gun game essentially. And so part of that was like I would have the shotgun and I'd be like, I'm doing great. And then all of a sudden I get a kill and all of a sudden I'd have the throwing knives. I'm like, damn it. Oh, I'm off rhythm now. So that's the gist of the gameplay, right?
Yeah.
Which is a big part. But like now let's talk about the design, which like this is where that music came in.
Dude,
the music.
I mean, the music was so good. Honestly, you could just listen to the music.
Yeah, dude, even just at the startup menu.
Yeah.
Like it's just startup menu music, but it like goes pretty hard.
Like, yeah, you're hearing it like right now. And it's like, it's good. But the whole thing, it's like, if you want, even if you're ass at the game, just play it through. Like, you know,
or I guess you could just look up the soundtrack, maybe.
On Spotify.
I bet it's on Spotify.com.
Yeah.
On the Spotify.com.
If you go www.spotify.com. Yeah, the Spotify's. It'll be on there. And the sound design is phenomenal. Like I was like, I mean, of course, right? You expect it to be good.
Yes.
Because it's
so focused on audio, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you expect
it has to be good. And so now you're playing a game that almost feels like they built the soundtrack first.
Yeah.
And then they build it around the game. Or they built the game around the soundtrack.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm actually curious
if that's what they did.
Yeah, what came first and all that.
The egg or the chimcom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know, like I said, every level would unlock a new song. It gave you the option. You could out of the songs you unlocked, you could like listen to whichever one you wanted on each level. But I was very curious because I'm like, I feel like each level had this song tailor made for it.
For the stage.
So I'm like, I almost don't want to go to my favorite song to see what.
And it is.
Yeah.
It is because the beat for the songs follow the stage.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way we can honestly say it without sounding like we're insane because really it is so weird that such a game could have such a good audio soundtrack, good audio design, like the sounds of the guns, the sound of the nature or hell, the sound of heck that you're surrounded by, the sound of the little kindles of fire. Yeah. Dude, everything is so well done.
Yeah. The sound of the guns shooting, and then also like the sound effect of you like doing an execution kill. Like it's very satisfying. Hits that dopamine, you know.
Yeah, think Hans Zimmer, but video game.
And also metal.
Yeah. Maybe just think System of a Down.
Yeah. Which, like, by the way, the final fight against the Red Judge, the song is the Serge Tankian song. And it goes so well with the fight. It's really cool. And it's like the fight itself is really cool because like every other fight, like how many levels did you get through?
I got through a good amount. I don't remember.
But
though.
like, you know how like the boss at the end was usually just like some kind of floating wings and like the skull and stuff, and maybe like a little bit different from each other. The red judge is like literally her, and like it's like this giant skeleton, and she's like smashing the ground and stuff. You're having to dodge it and like climb up on ledges and everything. It's a really cool. It's a really cool fight, and like Serge Tankian singing over it. I was just like, this is amazing.
Now make this game with Jack Black,
dude. You know what's funny? Actually, I mentioned that there was like DLC weapons and stuff. There are DLC music packs that aren't necessarily metal. Like I think I saw some Muse in there actually.
Taylor Swift. Is
weird. I don't think I saw Taylor Swift. I definitely saw like not metal at all like type songs.
Like Doja.
You know, I'm gonna say no, but I don't remember. So who knows?
Doja. Moo. Go moo.
But yeah, so like if you're, I guess if you're really not into metal, there might be some music packs that you could buy.
I bet there's mods. It has,
for sure.
You know
probably.
What's cool is this game has a sizable community.
Yeah?
Yeah, actually. If you go on like the Discord for it, it's fucking huge.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I don't think about that with single player games in general.
Yeah, but there's like a devout group of players, right? I mean, if single player games like fucking Diablo or
and I guess because I think there are like leaderboards.
There are leaderboards. There's leaderboards and challenges, and you get to the leaderboard by doing phenomenally on the challenges.
Yes, like I think like doing phenomenally, but also like on the levels themselves, doing like getting a crazy score. And on higher difficulties, because like I think there's like a multiplier. So like, the people who are on the top of those leaderboards, I'm like, man, I'd love to see them play through like
touch grass, bro,
or that also.
Touch grass, bro. Nah, I'm just being a hater, but I am a hater.
Man, yeah, like I'd wonder. I bet watching them play through a level would be crazy. Like probably like never missing a beat, only headshots.
I wonder if they have this game on AGDQ.
What is that?
All games done quick.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised because it's definitely.
I want to see the VR.
Yes, yeah, because I only found out about it because like when the Game Award nominations came out, that was when I found out about it. Which by the way, it was nominated for best VR, but then also best audio. But yeah, best audio. Of course,
makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You know what though? There was they put Multiverse as like best fighting game.
I saw Multiverses.
They didn't win,
there.
but like why the fuck were they there?
I don't know.
It's a defunct game. It's a legitimately dead game.
I saw that because I saw that, and like as much as I like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, I was also like, why is this on there? But then I realized
it's not good though.
I mean, it is good, but then that's when I realized I'm like, oh, that's right, like. Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, those all came out the previous years. Tekken 8 was the only one that actually came out
that's why Tekken's
at the beginning of 2024. Technically,
that's why Tekken's like
it's gonna win. Like it's.
I mean, obviously, right?
What was because it was?
I think it did win, right?
Tekken 8. Oh yeah, no, yeah. But Tekken 8, Multiverses, Sparking Zero. I can't remember what the other one.
God, I don't remember. Fucking 20.
Oh no, Grand Blue. I think Grand Blue
might be.
And I think there was 5, but I can't remember what the other one was.
Dude, at least it's not as bad as like 2023 where they had Shifu on there.
Sifu?
Yeah, Sifu. Yeah.
That I guess when you take the name fighting game very literally, I guess that's not what I think of when I think fighting game.
I don't think those motherfuckers know what they're doing.
No.
But to get back onto Metal Hellsinger.
I would make every game a fighting game.
Isn't that what I said?
Metal would be
everything is a
game.
Dating sim. I've had that convo before with someone that every game is just a dating sim.
Not Metal Hellsinger. There's no dating going on in that game.
Maybe with pause at the end. You don't know.
Actually, who knows? Maybe.
So
actually, wait. I think they do love each other. If I remember correctly, when I beat the game, I think like when they started getting their memories back, I think they did like remember that they were in love. Because I think like. I think the unknown was actually an angel, but Paz was like a demon. Mm-hmm. And then they lost their memory. I can't remember exactly. It was a while ago, but
yeah. So
Anyway,
Yeah,
off topic.
I don't really have anything else to say about the game. I just think that it's very well done. The audio,
Yeah.
it's one of those games that you can find yourself getting lost in for an hour. I think, like we said, it's because like you get tired. You'll get tired playing it because you're having to focus on so many different aspects of the game, on the killing, on the beat, and trying to stay within the rhythm. It is a lot to juggle, especially if you're trying to be hyper focused multiple hours at a time, right?
Yeah.
But it's definitely one of the games that you could put down, finish the fucking stage first, and then take a break whenever, for however many days even, and then get back to it. And you're able to crank it out, and like it just feels good. It's a feels good game because the dopamine hit comes from multiple places. It comes from the reassurance and the sound that it makes when you're successful. It comes from the killing of the monsters. It comes from seeing the visualization of your progress.
Yeah.
Be up there.
Right, and that's actually something I forgot to mention also with that pairs with the multiplier. Like when you're getting your multiplier up, yes, it increases your damage, but also the song gets more clear. So like when you first start the level and you have like no multiplier, it's kind of just like this faint, like I think it may be just a beat.
It's maybe like muffled.
I'm kind of muffled, just the beat. But every level that you go up in the multiplier, it starts adding more. And then when you're at the max multiplier, that's when the lyrics come in.
Yeah, the lyrics come in.
And when you hear the lyrics start coming in, you're like, oh, yes, it's so good.
And this was a game that before I was apprehensive on playing it, Dorian pretty much dragged me into it. And you know what? I'm glad you did because it's a good game. Like, I think that I wouldn't have experienced this game any other way if I wasn't kind of pushed into it.
Well, I'm glad you liked it, and I'm glad we're also on the same page. Where like as fun of a game as this is, it's exhausting. So like like you said, like I think this is a game like if you want a challenge, that play this game. Like don't just play for some casual like I'm about to go to bed, need to chill.
No, this isn't fucking Pokemon Pocket.
No, nothing like that. Like if you're looking, or in the words of EA, if you're looking for a sense of pride and accomplishment, this is the game for you. Oh my God,
I want to roll my eyes on that.
But am I wrong though?
You're not. They did say that.
You do when you finish a fight,
You'll
especially
feel good.
if it's a tough one. You're like, yes, I did it.
Yeah,
and I remember I did it all to the rhythm of the music.
Yeah, to the beat of the drum.
Of the night. I did my own song. You were doing Kesha. I went for the rhythm of the night.
That's right. And I guess that pretty much closes us off for this episode. At least on the game. What are some things that you're planning to do on 2025? I'm curious.
Oh man, that's a good question. I think it's still early enough where I'm still trying to figure it out. I think I want us to do for this show. I want us to do like keep up the good work of playing games that aren't necessarily like our usual picks.
Yeah.
With this game, it was sort of your outside your usual comfort zone. I don't know if that's the right word.
It's weird because like I like rhythm games.
Yeah. It's just like it's not your typical go-to, right?
That's right.
And so like I also want you to maybe because like I think the last time we played a game or discussed a game where like you were familiar with, but not me, was the Path of Exile one. Ever since then, though, it's either been ones that we've both like.
There's some that are coming though, so
okay,
it's okay. It's within reason.
Yeah, I want to. I think that's my goal is to expand our horizons on the games we discuss.
Here's mine.
Okay,
expand the horizons even a little bit more. Do stuff that isn't video games, and just do games.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. I wonder.
You like that shit, Yugi boy?
I'm not wearing my glasses. I actually forgot I wasn't wearing my glasses.
But yeah, that's one of the things I want to do is like kind of maybe start getting into like board games or or collectible card games, trading card games, stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be because I mean it's still a game.
We're called game tasting, not video game tasting.
Yeah, so that's one thing that's gonna happen. So also recently I've been not recently because I guess it's starting December-ish.
I consider that recent.
So end of November, December-ish, I started streaming. and I started streaming Pokemon Pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But and I built like we have some homies there. Shout out to some of you guys. I know that you guys started listening. But then I also started playing Pokemon. What's it called? Trading card game live, PTCGL, which is a more true adaptation of the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's one, and I am now transitioning into real life paper Pokemon, and I will be attending the regional in San Antonio for Pokemon.
Oh.
And that's one of the things why I want to start bringing in games that isn't just video games to y'all. So you guys can see us play maybe a board game, right? Like there's Marvel Champions. That's like a fucking badass game.
I love that one.
So that's
actually, if y'all are paying attention, we got some boxes for it right there.
For a long while.
Yeah, it's been part of the set since the beginning, I think. Yeah.
And stuff like that. So expect that come 2025. This is our year for now. We'll check back in the next episode. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Do you have any closing remarks?
I don't think I have anything. Just,
rock on.
Rock on. Actually, I guess more this is wrong. Yeah. It's this.
It's also this is Hook'em Horns.
I guess so.
It is. Not I guess so. It is. UT, that's my alma mater.
I guess all of UT are metalheads now.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. The only thing I can think of is, over the holiday break and everything, I was trying to come up with like
a way to end?
Yeah, a way to end.
Oh, here's one before Dorian shares it.
Oh.
Check me out on Twitch. It's what's my Twitch? Sorry,
bro.
Shove Lobster. It's shove lobster.
Shove lobster or shoved lobster?
Shove lobster.
Shove lobster.
Yeah, it's because actually in POE, my name before I was on YouTube or streaming was Shove Lobster up my